All right, guys. Injuries. We got Jeff Wilson, limited. No, sorry, questionable. Trent Williams did not practice. He's questionable. Go ahead.
Kyle, it seems kind of unique that you guys are leaving on a Friday for such a short trip. What's the thinking behind that? And I mean, do you guys kind of feel like this whole traveling routine is coming second nature to you at this point?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to change up what we normally do. It just feels like we normally leave on Fridays because it seems like we've had so many road trips recently. But a number of players hit me up Sunday, right after the Rams won. They hit me up Sunday and asked if we could go on Friday, and I was pumped they asked because I like going on Fridays more now. Just so you get more time to focus and get right to the game, and so that's what we're doing. We're gonna still try to land there like we would, like we're going to the East Coast, which is usually around like 10:30, 11. So right when we go there, we go to bed. So we just finished up here. We'll probably go home, spend a few hours with our families, and come back here and get on the bus around 8.
Kyle, we saw Trent Williams walking off the field in the jersey and shorts, and he didn't have a boot on, so I take that as an encouraging sign. I mean, is there a genuine sense of optimism that he's going to be able to play, or is this going to come down to like it was 3 weeks ago where it could change right before kickoff?
I mean, it's going to be like it was 3 weeks ago. I feel the same way as I did at the beginning of the week. I mean, he came out for walkthrough today, and Trent's adamant that he's going. He was last time, too, which, I mean, I believe Trent when he says that. He's going to do everything he can to play, and so I'll be surprised if he doesn't, but I was surprised last time. So I was also surprised he was able to finish the game versus Green Bay. So hopefully his mindset will be how his body reacts on Sunday, and we know it'll help us a lot, but if not, we'll deal with it.
Kyle, with Mohamed Sanu being back, how does he look? Is there a chance for him to be involved Sunday?
There is a chance. At all, I'd love to get Mo up. That's why we activated him to have a chance to this week or hopefully next week. But it all kind of plays off of our situations on special teams and which direction we want to go. So still kind of working through that, but we'll see on Sunday.
Kyle, you've worked a lot of years with Bobby Turner. What is it about him that allows him to always seem to get the best out of whoever's in that running back room?
Because he leaves no stone unturned. I mean, that guy coaches running backs as hard as you could possibly do it. And some guys can't handle it. They might think he overcoaches it. Not overcoaches it, but is on him so much because he demands every little detail that sometimes it can wear on the running back. Sometimes they want to be like, hey, man, just let me relax for a little bit. But Bobby's not going to. He's going to prepare them for every moment, and it takes some time to get used to, but that's why they all love him so much because they get in these type of situations. And we have a rookie who's been helping us out throughout the year, and I personally think he feels prepared for everything because Bobby's been doing it since OTA 1. I mean, he's the only coach who probably has 200 and something questions for his tests where most people have like 20. He's going to leave nothing unturned, and that's our threat to Deebo that if he does anything wrong, we're going to make him have to do Bobby Turner's test because he's a running back also. So, but there's so much respect for Bobby between the coaches and players around here because you know that his intent is just to make the best for his guys.
Kyle, earlier in the week, you said you wouldn't know until the end of the week whether Trent Williams' ankle injury was a low ankle injury or a high ankle sprain. Did you get a verdict on that?
Yeah, I did.
Would
No.
you share it with us? And if okay.
Good question, though, but no.
Kyle, you talk so much about being physical, and this team is founded on a physical running game. It's not a quantifiable thing. So I guess how do you wait and just determine whether you're being physical enough, I guess is my question.
That's just how you do things. I mean, you don't try to turn it up or turn it down. It's how you play football. I don't think you should pick and choose when to be physical in football. You get more than 5 fouls, or 6, I guess, in the NBA. But you want guys to play the game right, and I think it starts with practice in that way, which is a very fine line. You can't do that all the time and keep guys healthy. That's why it's a tough sport to practice. It's a tough sport to do year-round, but that is what the sport is. It's a physicality. It's about running. It's about hitting. It's about blocking. It's about tackling, and you got to train guys to do that, and then you just cut them loose in the game.
Kyle, yesterday Jordan Willis spoke to us about why he didn't talk to us after the game on Saturday. Just his selfishness and his humble attitude. Can you share what you know about him kind of personally, and then just speak to the selflessness of all the players on your roster?
I mean, yeah, Jordan's unique in that way. I mean, Jordan's one of the, probably the shyer guys I've been around. It's taken us some time to get to know him because he doesn't talk much. He lays real low. But when he does talk, or if you hear him talk, he's a very thoughtful person who's a pretty deep guy. I know. He sends Bosa a number of motivational things that I know Bosa's into. When he made that play for our team, I mean, just how he was after the game, how he was to you, that's how he is to us all the time. And it's rare to see someone that humble. But he's a special dude that our team has really embraced. It's taken us some time to get to know him coming in the middle of last year. But he's definitely one of us, and the guys love him here. And I feel that's how our whole team is. Guys care about each other a lot. And obviously everyone wants their own individual success. That's always important for you and your family. But I think everyone on our team knows that in this sport, you can't reach your own individual goals without the people around you. Everybody needs someone else in this sport. And I think it helps a lot when you respect each other. And I think for the most part, we all like each other too.
Last one, Branch.
Hey, Kyle, you had shared earlier that you were pretty surprised about Ambry Thomas's late season development. Could you say, I mean, in general, the same thing just about your cornerback core? After losing Verrett in week 1, I mean, it looked kind of bleak because it seemed like the depth there was not wonderful.
No, yeah, we knew going into this year. I mean, that and running back. We had some guys who had played at a high level and that we were dependent on, but also some guys that had gotten hurt before, and we knew we didn't have much depth behind them. And to start the season out where both of those issues where we were a little thin at, we're losing Jeff Wilson in the locker room and OTAs, and losing Verrett in week 1, and losing Mosley very fast. We got down there, but that's why we knew we had to get some draft picks, and you don't know when those guys are going to be ready, especially some later round guys. Demo had to help us out a lot at the beginning. We got Elijah right away. Trey Sermon had to come in for a few games and help us, and just really all those guys being able to weather the storm. And we had to bring in some vets right away with Josh Norman, who was huge for us, Drake Kirkpatrick, who helped us in a number of games. But all those guys were crucial. I talk about Josh Norman, and I mean, for him to do what he did to get us this far and to still allow us the time to be patient with Ambry and stuff until it was his turn to go, that was huge, and we wouldn't be here without all those guys. So it's been a grind, but that's also why I feel our guys have all gotten better too, because they had to, and I'm just very thankful of some of the guys that allowed us to buy that time and get us to the position we're at.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, thanks.
Have a good one. All right, we have Deebo for you.
Kyle, if it's water in here.
Hey, Deebo, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, what do you think about Kyle said that as a number of players hit him up after the game, after the Tampa Rams game, and asked to travel to LA on Friday. Do you find yourself getting into a good routine with all these road games of, traveling on Friday, and do you have a routine there once you get to town?
Of course. As a pro, you should have a routine, but I didn't know we was traveling on Friday until I go talk to Cal like every Monday and Tuesday, so that's when I found out. And it's kind of thing that we used to. So I mean, people get into a routine when they know we're gonna be on the road. We didn't know who we was playing, but just getting in a routine and just keeping it up.
Deebo, you and a number of your teammates have taken to social media to support Jimmy Garoppolo this week. What was the motivation behind that?
I don't think it was no motivation. I just think if you click social media, you see people talking about Jimmy this, Jimmy that. I mean, numbers don't lie. That's what people say. So I just say check the win percentages.
Yeah, Dave, I think earlier this season you told us that you don't spend a lot of other time analyzing other wideouts in the league like some other guys do. Would that include Cooper Kupp? And why is it you don't watch other wide receivers?
There's not another receiver in this league that play like me and do the things that I do. So I don't see the need to watch anybody that don't do the things that I do.
Hey, Deebo, it sure seems like you're enjoying your role this season, and obviously it's giving you more notoriety and has helped the team win. But obviously you're taking a lot of physical punishment. You've talked about that. Do you view in any way, assuming this role and doing all the things you do is some type of, sacrifice that you're doing for the team?
I wouldn't say it's a sacrifice. I mean, being a pro is part of, coming in and doing what the coaches ask you to do. But I wouldn't say I'm taking the punishment. I think I'm out there delivering the blows. But, I mean, you do take it is a physical state that when you're in the backfield and playing wide out, but it's not too much of a difference.
Hey, Deebo, obviously you and Trent are close. What has he been like this week? What's his kind of mentality as he deals with the ankle issue?
Trent is a monster. You done seen that all year long, and I'm not going to go too much into detail what the plan is, but once we get there, you'll just see.
Deebo, Coach Hightower told us that you spent time with him at the Senior Bowl, driving early to practice with the specialists. Do you remember that time, and what were your conversations like with him?
Kind of what he said. He asked me to catch punts, and I haven't caught him comfortably in a while, but once you're trying to get drafted, you're willing to do anything possible to, make a good first impression. But I built a relationship from him there, and it just continued to grow now. Just like, like the past game, we've been struggling returning a little bit. So I went to HT and Kyle. I was like, hey, man, if y'all need me to go back there and return, I'm all for it.
Last two.
Hey, Deebo, I'm curious what it's like playing in SoFi Stadium in terms of it's a big new venue, and as a receiver, how does that impact like your sight visions of looking up into the rafters, looking for the ball?
What is he asking me?
Want to run that back, Cam?
Yeah, I can run it back. Just what is that stadium like compared to in terms of being able to track the ball in a bigger stadium like that? Obviously, it's different than snow and Lambeau falling on you, but what's it like in there?
I think it's pretty normal. Any inside dorm, dome kind of, have their blurs of lights, but as a receiver, you done been through it all, so it's kind of normal to you.
Deebo, Walter Payton believed in hitting force with force, and he believes that it broke up the impact, which seems a little weird maybe that you don't want to run as hard as you can into a guy coming as hard as you can at you. But is that, I don't know if you think of it in those terms, but I don't know, is that somewhat of your mentality that you attack force with your own force?
I mean, if you watching the games that we playing, whether it's me or Elijah, not too many guys want to run at you full speed and put everything on the line to come out there and tackle one of us, and that goes from me to George to Jawan to Brandon Ayuk. It's just the physical mindset that this team have that one person's not gonna bring us down, and just, you know what I'm saying, if it come down to that point, just punish the guy in front of you.
Thank you, Deebo. Thank you. See you later.
Just a reminder, the guy from Arlington Heights is on, and we're gonna let him ask you a question.
What's his name?
I don't remember. You're the one who sent me that email.
Tess is asking. She's.
All right, let's not start, Jimmy.
I was gonna say we're not.
It's John something, I thought.
I have a video to show you after we're done, Jimmy.
Good one.
Mermaids?
Mermaids.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, just
You're good. Yeah.
We have Jimmy here for you.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Doing good.
So, were you one of the guys who hit up Kyle about traveling on Friday? And what is what's your routine on road trips now?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a group of us who we were all interested in it. Just it's kind of been our routine on most away trips this season. So I think it just gets guys locked in. I got a pretty good routine as far as studying and things like that. And just when we leave on Friday, it allows you to stay more locked into the game plan and eliminates distractions.
Jimmy, Kyle said yesterday that you guys win it as a team, which is why you don't necessarily have some of the numbers that some of the MVP candidates have. And that's something that in the time we've covered you doesn't seem to bother you. Is that something that was ingrained as you as a kid, or at what point did it become not about you and always about the team?
I don't know. I think it's just about winning, honestly. I mean, that's why you play the game. You don't play for, I mean, statistics and individual things are, it's all cool and everything, but I mean, you play to win the game, and you play to go out there and win championships. And I mean, maybe our numbers don't show the MVP stuff, but I think we got a couple players on our team who, Deebo, Trent Williams, those guys could be in that conversation very easily if the award was looked at a little differently.
Hey Jimmy, when you were watching a film of the Rams against the Bucks, what struck you about watching your old teammate Tom Brady operate against them, and any contact with him this week?
No. Just it was. I give him a lot of credit for just the situation he was in, just with being down a couple guys. It was a tough situation, but he battled back there at the end, gave him a chance to have a shot at the end there. I mean, that's all you could hope for, but it was a grinder of a game. It definitely was, and it showed.
Hey, Jimmy, just being around Trent this week as he's dealing with that, I'm not expecting you to give away his playing status or whatever, or even if you know that, but just what was he like this week? What is his mentality kind of dealing with the injury and trying to make sure that he's available for you guys on Sunday?
Well, I mean, he's doing everything he can, honestly. I've seen him in here just putting in the hours in the training room, studying all that stuff, and hopefully we'll get him out there, but we'll see. Those high ankles are never a fun thing. I know that from experience, but he, I mean, all the guys, everyone's dealing with stuff right now. It's just that time of year, and it's a good group to have with me in that huddle.
Jimmy, is it easier or harder playing a team for the third time? Just knowing exactly what you're getting. Do you see that as a positive thing?
I mean, this will be my first time. I've never actually done it, so it'll be a little different. But yeah, I mean, these guys know us, we know them. There's really no secrets or anything like that. So just about going out there, beating your man, and executing. I mean, other than that, it's just football.
Hey, Jimmy, I realize the NFL injury report doesn't exactly list every single injury maybe a player has. You are no longer on the injury report with your shoulder. How does your shoulder feel compared to last week?
Feels great. Yeah, arms ready to roll.
Hey, Jimmy, when you're watching film, Eric, when you're watching film of the Rams and what they do you take more into account of what has worked better against them or what has failed against them?
That's a good question. I think there's a fine line. The things that you did well in the past, you assume that a team that you're going against will fix those things and be ready for the next time you face them. But at the same time, like you're saying, there's some things that you don't even want to try again because they didn't work, or maybe it was bad timing of the call, whatever it is. There's a bunch of variables, but yeah, it's I know that I kind of just answered both ways there, but yeah, you definitely have to take both into account, I guess.
We'll do a couple more, please.
Hey, Jimmy, earlier in the week, I think Robbie and George and even Coach touched on it a little bit about that feeling of walking off the field in Miami after the Kansas City game. How that's kind of motivated them. Have you used any of that, or do you use motivation from that Super Bowl loss?
Yeah, I mean, since it's happened, it's been a motivator for me. Honestly, just I mean, that it's a feeling that can't describe. It's unlike any other loss I've ever had, and it's just obviously since that moment, it's motivated me, and it always will going forward. But those are the lessons. I mean, sports are never going to be perfect, and if you could take those lessons and be better from it, you'll be better off in the long run.
Jimmy, I understand you have a torn ligament in your thumb and it needs surgery, but has it improved at all since you heard it, or is it the same?
Yeah, it feels great. I think we'll approach that after the season a little more, but yeah, it's holding up for right now, but it'll be all right.
All right, thank you, Jimmy.
All right, thanks, guys.